All right, so it was just 48 hours ago we looked at this thing and it was barely sticking up out of there. It's already come out and started dropping down. Probably by tomorrow or the following day, it will start popping bananas out of it. Most people in Thailand know that, but for those of you that are not familiar with bananas, it's pretty amazing how fast they grow. But Sampit and I went through and looked at these today, as I talked about in that last video, about thinning these out a little bit. We marked a few of them. She's going to take them out. She's going to move some of them up near the house because she's got a couple places she wants to put them. And then some of them will just discard completely. It's sprinkling right now. It just finished raining, so I don't want to be out here too long. I'm not sure which way they're going. That's rain over there, but it's nice over there. Well, you can see the mountains pretty good right now. Yesterday afternoon, I come out here and I got these holes filled with concrete right here above the track. This morning I come out and I painted the light gray ones, as you can see. And apparently my paint has faded a little bit because this is the original color here. It's just from the same bucket. But anyhow, I got them all filled, even the lower ones. Tomorrow, if it's dry, I will come out and I'll paint the dark gray tomorrow. When I poured this ramp here, it splattered concrete all over the paint, so I went ahead and painted that too. You can't see it from here, but that extra katome tree that I had, I planted that this morning too, between those two smaller palms over there. You can see the stake that's tied to. The other thing I did this morning, I put this little thing together. This is going to get pounded into the ground right behind my water riser there. The riser will get tied here, and then this will be a hose hanger here. Rather than make it wide, I made it tall and skinny so you can just wrap it around there multiple times. I did that this morning and painted it, and it's just now getting dried up, so I'll probably do this next, go there and put that in the ground. Sabai's cart, she brought a wheel over last night. It was an old rusty one. She had me cleaned up and paint it. And then she took it back to get a tire put on. I wish she'd have just left it here so I could go ahead and finish this thing, but I need the tires in order to know how wide to put the mount, because they're like bicycle tires, how wide to put the mounts for it. So I'm waiting for her to bring that back. I think she said she's going to bring them over today. If she does that and it stops raining, it's actually starting to pick up again right now. But if it stops raining and dries out a little bit, we'll try to get that thing done today or tomorrow. And the other thing I'm working on is I've got a Microsoft Pro 4 little computer that I used to use, and I bought a bigger laptop for editing videos on several years ago, and I gave the Surface 4 to Sampit to use. Well, she quit using it at her mom's for some reason, and it's sat around for the last few months, hasn't got used. We tried to start it up this morning, and it won't do nothing. So I played around with it quite a while. I finally got it to where it would try to boot up, but there's corrupt files or something on it because it won't do anything other than try to start. So I'm downloading a boot file from Microsoft right now. I'll put that on a USB drive and probably just have to wipe the hard drive out and redo it. Had to do that one other time in South Carolina on that same computer. I don't know what's going on with it, but anyhow, that's the other project I'm working on. And we decided we got 5 of these bushes left. Those are the shrubs we put out there and in the back here. Got 5 of them left, so we're just going to put one in the center of each of these down through here on this side. And then we'll just keep them trimmed up round or square or something. Well, I don't know. We'll see what it looks like once they get growing. We're going to get those in the ground too. But I'm pretty well caught up on projects once I get Sabai's cart done. There's nothing major left after that. So hopefully we'll start traveling soon. See what she wants to do. I don't know. Mom's back at in the village now, so she stayed there last night, and I don't know if she's got to stay again tonight. I don't know yet. All right, good morning from Paradise. It's about 9:30, just finished breakfast, but before breakfast today, we got the Paradise rubber runner completed. Yeah, it'll flip right over on you too, ding dong. But she should be happy with that. No, I ain't going to break it. The first thing she wants to do is haul somebody in. It's not made for that. She wanted 2 5-gallon buckets of rubber in there, so that's how it's made. But the wheels were a little tricky because this one's actually wider than that one, and the bolt size is different. So I had to do each side independent of each other, but kind of do it the same. You're scratching the paint off it. Okay, so I take that project off the list. That was the last big one. I got a few little things I need to do, but for the most part, I am caught up. I can't even think of what I got left to do. Oh, I need to paint the gray where I scratched up the dark gray on the wall. I did the light gray the other day when I did that concrete work over there. But I got to do the light gray paint on the fence. Got my hose rack done yesterday. So don't have the hose in the walkway anymore. Some pit got these bushes planted last night, so those are done. I don't know, the only thing that comes to mind now is get the dark gray on this fence. That's the only thing I can think of right now that I got left, so that's a good thing. Good morning, everyone. Beautiful day in Paradise. Beautiful rice fields. Never get tired of looking at this. All right, so yesterday I went around and I painted all the dark gray on the wall where the Paradise Village people tore it up and chipped it and scratched it and dumped paint on it and everything else. And then where I scratched it up trying to get these panels in. So we went around the whole wall, inside and out, touched everything up. Finally dried, and I don't understand why, but the paint don't match. Apparently, this paint is not very UV resistant because the paint I put on there is the paint that I bought at the same time I bought the paint that's on the wall, and it's out of the same bucket. Because we started painting up here and ended right here, and that paint right there, the darker stuff, is what's left in a bucket that painted this wall right here. So apparently it's already faded in just the 5 months it's been painted. But there's about a quarter of that 5-gallon bucket left, and that's what I used to paint yesterday. But you can see it's a different color. But if you get back very far, you can't really see it. Most people won't notice it. I will because I know it's there, but that's just how I am. The other thing we did, as I said, I was going to make a bracket to hang up the weed eater. So I did that here. Got the bracket here. I added a little piece here to hang her electric one that I told you I bought her because she wanted something she could weed eat with when she wanted to. So I put an extra little hanger there for it. So that's out of the way. The only bad thing is I had to loosen up the handle and kind of fold it up so it doesn't stick out here. I got the Allen wrench stored right here. So when I take it down, I just flip it down and tighten it up. So not a real big deal. And since that got done, we got all this cleaned out here. Got toolbox up off the floor. Got some more organization done on shelves. So that's done. I have pulled my lily out of the fish pot over there. It's still alive, but it's not doing anything. It's not going anywhere. But you can see where it died and I broke it off. So I don't know if it will still grow or not. I don't know. But just in case, I've got 2 more started here today. So in a couple of days, these will be sprouted out. And within a week, they'll be out of the top of the jar. If those haven't survived, we'll transfer those over to that jug. If that survives, then we'll just create another little mud pot in there to put them in. But I have a feeling it's not gonna do anything more than what it is. Some pit's flowers are all opened up. They close up every night and then open up every day. There's a couple birds come around every day and eat on them, little ones. Pretty cool. My swimming hole's about dried up. Not getting enough rain to keep it full. It's like crab or something been living in there. Dug a little hole, see it? She's got a couple live lilies there yet. I don't know if we can maybe get them in some water. I'll have her take a look at them, see if we can salvage those. Looks like I'm about ready to do the weed eater again out here. This thing's all growing up very quickly. I need to buy a lawnmower. I don't want one, but I'm going to have to, I think. So as previously reported, we got the holes concreted shut on these first couple of panels above the rail. Got them painted. As you can see, the paint doesn't match because it's apparently faded, because once again, even this here doesn't really match perfectly. And again, that's the same paint as this, same bucket. So it has to be the UV rays. But we got those holes plugged up to keep the sand from washing out here on the track. I just need to clean this track out. So you can see how everything's drying out where she cut it. Number 1 bananas. Number 3 bananas. Number 4 bananas. Looks like it's just getting ready to start opening up. It's going to be the first one probably to show us some bananas tomorrow. But the last time we looked at this was about 48 hours ago. So this is about a matter of 4 days since we looked at it where it was barely popping out to here. So they move, when they start moving, they move fast. And this is number 2. And as we said before, we don't expect these other big ones to get bananas until these are cut down and we get rid of that one. Then I'm sure one of those will pop one right behind it. And again, I'm no banana expert, so I might be wrong. It might pop another bunch of bananas before these get pulled off here, but I'm not sure. But I was told at one point they only get 1 set of bananas at a time. I wonder what's going on here. Somebody dumped some shit here, it looks like. And those 2 bananas there grew quick. She just planted those 2 months ago. And they were just little plants like this when she put them in there. And in 2 months, they've just shot up. Amazing. And the Nines market is today. Those of you that are paying attention know that the Nines market is the market that comes to town on the 9th, on all the 9s of the month, which means, again, the 9th, the 19th, and the 29th. Today's the 19th. So we're going to stop in there. I got a couple of things we need to pick up. And then we're headed to we're headed to Sisaket because I want to pick up stepping stones to run straight across from that mat between these 2 trees, around and over to that gate, get rid of this mess here. I'd mentioned it to Sampit a couple months ago, but with all the other projects I had, I didn't really do anything with it. We did find the stones and looked at the stones, but like I said, we haven't done anything. So I have got all my projects caught up. There's nothing left that I can think of that I need to do other than this project here, and I want to do that here while the grass is growing so they can grow up around the stones and make it look correct, somewhat like this does. Now this don't look very good because it's not taken care of, but at least it's something to step on besides mud. But these, as you recall, if you recall, are lids off of these that Duke didn't need. So I want to get those stepping stones in here so it looks a little better than that mess, and then get rid of these. So once I get these done, I have no more projects. I am completely caught up with everything that I had in my mind that I wanted to get done. So with that, we think we are going to take off. Don't know where we're going to go, but we're going to take off for a couple weeks. Just go probably up North Thailand or something. I don't know. We're going to look at the weather this time of year around the country and just figure out what we're going to do. But before we go, I've got to go over to Mark's and do his follow-up video on his house. Ozzy Mark, we're going to do that on Wednesday. Saturday, Ozzy Mark and Ozzy Warren are both supposed to stop by here. We'll sit around and drink a couple beers, go eat some dinner. And then the following Monday, right now, the plan is to take off, go somewhere. I don't even know yet. So good morning, folks. We're in the driveway again. Why are we in the driveway? Because we did a little project this morning. It's been on my list for many, many months. This lot marker here was buried here when we bought the property. There was a row of these eucalyptus trees right down through here that had been cut off before we bought it. And so we wanted to pull the stumps out. When we were digging the stumps out with the backhoe, he dug up this marker. Oh, there's my marker. based off of all the drawings we have and the marker locations from the whoever takes care of it. We've got a plot map, so to speak. The best we could tell, well, we know for sure that this marker was 6 meters from that marker, and it appears on the drawing to be about 5 meters from there, so that's where we put it. And then our property line will go from here straight down to, see the furthest point of grass from that pole? Right beyond that, there should be a marker down in the ground, and we found it a couple times, but last fall when we brought the dirt trucks in, they got stuck right on top of it and buried it. Okay, we're a good 45 minutes into this now. Now, we couldn't even find it. We dug and dug and dug, couldn't find it anymore, but we know where that one was. We have a video of it, and we know where it was at distance-wise from the one across the road over there, so we're pretty certain this is within inches of where it needs to be. And as you can see, our driveway is about maybe a foot inside of the property line. So anyhow, we put that back in there this morning. These are a couple teak trees that Sompit planted. I believe this one and that one's teak. These two here, I don't know. She put a couple teak trees and some other stuff through here. I think she's trying to block the sun in the mornings, but those teak trees will be slow growing. Be 10 years before we get any use out of them. These are something else down here. I'm not even sure what she put here. I just told her to keep them out away from the wall so they don't undermine the wall. Basically, the roots go into there and lift the wall up. Those of you that don't understand what my concern is, as a tree grows, it gets bigger and bigger, and the roots get bigger and thicker underground. Well, that dirt and stuff gets displaced. It has to push somewhere else. So what happens is the root will grow under there, and as it gets bigger, it will just push the dirt and everything up, and it'll lift the wall right up out of the dirt and break your supporting for your wall. But that is too close. That ain't gonna work. Last night I come out here with the wire brush, cleaned this track all out, threw a little WD-40 in those wheels. Rolls like smooth now. So that one's off the list. So the real reason we're out here on the outside the fence this morning is take a look at banana flower number 4. It's been about another 48 hours. As you can see, this thing is really bulked out, popped another petal out, and it looks like the next petal will probably have bananas under it because it's kind of bulked up. But we'll keep an eye on it and see. In preparation for that trip today, we're going to take the truck in and get it detailed because we have a pretty busy schedule this week. Today is Tuesday. Tomorrow's Wednesday. We're scheduled to go to Ozzie Mark's house tomorrow, do the follow-up video on his house. Then Thursday, Warren, if you all remember Warren, he's been here a couple times already to Paradise. We're planning on meeting him for lunch on Thursday. And then Friday, a subscriber, Gary, and his wife, I believe it's a wife, are coming here to Paradise to meet with us. And then Saturday, right now, it looks like Mark and Warren are both coming here Saturday because Mark hasn't been to the house yet. If you recall, he took off to Australia for a few weeks just about the time we were trying to finish up the house. So he has not been over here yet. But he wants to go over and see this. So Warren's taking off back to Australia on the 27th. So I think the plan is to have Warren and Mark both meet here. And then when Warren gets back, we can spend some time at Mark's and let those two get to know each other. Saturday, I think we're going to meet here. And then Sunday, I don't think we have a schedule for Sunday yet. I'm probably just kind of prep for leaving out on Monday, I'm guessing. Maybe spend Sunday figuring out where we're going to go and where our first night's going to be. But yeah, we don't have a plan. We're just going to go. I think I'm going to open up these bushes. As I showed you before, they're tied together. Well, that one's just tied to the stick, but some of them are just tied together to hold them together. I'm going to pull those strings off so they can start bushing out. These ones here, I don't care so much if they bush out because they're here by the fence. But the ones that need to make the wall over there where she's trimming, I'll get those cut loose so they can start opening up and tying into each other to make a brush wall. Tomorrow morning, I'm going to get out here. I'm going to weed eat this whole thing again so it's cut before we go. Her transplanted grass is filling in nicely. Across here, of course, she's doing this in stages, so you can see the stages, but eventually it'll all be like this. I thought she was going to do the whole thing down the side too, but Apparently she's going to stop here. Once again, I told her to hire somebody to do it for her, but she didn't seem interested in that. So, all right, so I was just in there editing videos. It's a dangerous job. I don't know if you know that. But I was in there editing videos, and I forgot to update you on something. I talked about going to Sisaket to get the walking stones to put across here. As you can see, we got that done. Now, all I did was just lay them in place. Typically, I would smooth the dirt out and do all that other stuff and get them nice and level, but I don't feel like doing that. I'm just going to let them sit there, and they will naturally just blend themselves in as these were. Oh, and one last update. Got me a new crash helmet. I hate that full face one. It's just too hot. And the shield on it is tinted, so at night you can't even use it because you can't see nothing in it. So I finally found this one on Lazada, fit my fat head, and it's actually a little bit big, to be honest with you. But these larger helmets are hard to find over here, as most of you people living here know. So now we're safe to legally travel on the bike. Thanks for joining us, Paradise in Thailand.